I apologize that it's taken a little bit of extra time to get another one of these videos out, but today, 100 3-star quarterbacks is what we'll be going through. And, in taking extra time to get another one of these videos out, it was to try to make sure I can do them a little bit better, higher quality. At the end, we'll have, better graphics for the final results and statistics. Obviously, you can tell it's a longer video because I've gotten comments that say, I want to see some of the player statistics. I want to see, some of the stuff after each individual game. I don't want to see the ×2 scouting. You want to slow things down a little bit and just see everything that there is to see. Before, I was forced to kind of just cram everything into under an hour and just do as much stuff as I possibly can, just squeeze it all into an hour. And some people did like that because it was just fast-paced, and it's still gonna be pretty fast-paced, it's just more. So, all the feedback is very much appreciated for what you want to see, what kind of frame of video you want to see. Do you like it more, just 60 minutes or less? Do you want to see little over an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours? Like, how long do you want these videos to be? How much do you want to see? So, this is all a bit of trial and error for me, and I'm trying to make sure I could do it the best that I possibly can. But today, 3-star quarterbacks, you're getting 100 of them, and you're getting to see more. You're getting to see some of the stuff that would usually get cut out or sped through or, everything like that. Like I said, still going to try to keep it fast-paced, but one thing, for example, here, we're going through the quarterbacks a little bit slower. We're actually getting them at normal speed. You're going to see some of the gems, some of the busts that we will be going through. One thing I do make sure I do with some of these lower star players is, even though we only follow 25 at a time in batches, I scout 35 or as much as I possibly can, just on the off chance that some don't commit, because that does happen where, the top 25 3-star quarterbacks don't always commit to the schools. Sometimes they just kind of don't choose to go anywhere, or they'll end up somewhere random and I can't end up finding them. And so I just do the top 25 that I can scout that end up committing elsewhere. So we get to start with our first batch of players, and we have players now that we're at 3 stars going to a variety of schools. 3-star is a real pivot point in the group of recruiting where, they're good enough to go to some high-end schools depending on if they're, gems or whatever the case may be, but they're also bad enough to where some smaller schools can snag them up. So we'll be going through, here are the true freshmen that are kind of worth keeping an eye on. Max Carswell here at an Impact Development. He's got some good stuff here. 8 out of 10 accuracy and IQ, and a lot of room to grow. We have Kai Broker at Iowa. Again, 8 out of 10 on the IQ, 8 out of 10 on the health for the ceiling. That's the stuff you're really looking for these players. What are their ceiling? Do you have any 8 out of 10s? Any 9 out of 10s? 9 out of 10, a little bit more rare for 3 stars, especially if you're not a star or elite type of player. But, we got players like this, where just straight across the board, a bunch of 7 out of 10s and an 8 out of 10. We have Mike Hooks at Marshall, another Impact Development. He is a little bit more limited with his accuracy, just a 6 out of 10, less than ideal. And then George Farr, here's a star development player. As we've come to learn, though, just because you are a star development player doesn't mean you're gonna be great. You can have star development, meaning you're gonna hit your ceilings faster, but you may not have the highest ceiling. Then you compare him to a guy like Deshaun Thomas, who is also a star, and he looks a whole heck of a lot better. How about a 9 out of 10 on accuracy, 8 out of 10s across the board, basically. As usual, though, we will also show you, after these freshman quarterbacks, the notable ones, we'll skip right to when any one of them becomes a starter. But we have our first elite development player, Austin Scruggs for Wake Forest. A lot of power, a lot of accuracy, a lot of athleticism, so we finally have an elite dev player. So now we skip to the point in which players are starters, and it didn't take that long. We have 2 guys here. Hashim Togai is going to be at Northwestern. He's a normal dev player. Now, unfortunately, as freshman players, they are not going to be great, and neither one of them make a bowl game. So we're on to Mike Hooks. Actually, he didn't even get redshirted, so he's actually a true junior right now, when all these other guys are redshirt freshmen. So George Farr, 78 overall. Togai, 79 overall at Northwestern. So him and Hooks, 2 years as starters now under their belt after this season. We have Deshaun Thomas. It's going to be exciting to see him up to a 78 overall. Britton Segal at TCU, 83 overall. Pretty impressive. And then we have Austin Scruggs, the elite dev player. He's doing pretty well already. 2 off of his power and accuracy, 79 overall. And in the playoffs, We got Wake Forest, so we'll get to Wake Forest. We saved the playoffs for the end. Mike Hooks, once again, he cut down the interceptions, but still no bowl game. Hashim Togai, same thing. Cut down the picks, cut down some of the production, and no bowl game. But we do have a bowl game for George Farr, and they're taking on Kansas State, so we'll see what George Farr can do as he goes to the outside. That's going to be caught 3rd down and 4. Dropping to throw it. He's going to get sacked and turn the football back to Kansas State, who is still down by 5 points. Scrambling. He's got a block. He gets around the edge, and he's got the 1st down. 2nd down and 10 now as we jump ahead to another 1st down completion, and he's past midfield. Now a little draw play. Running back gets blown up, and they lose 4. That might have knocked him out of field goal range if they wanted to try a long one, but now 3rd down and 8. Under 2 minutes to play. Trying to seal the game, and he's not going to be able to do it. It means great field position for K-State, who starts off with a 1st down. Under a minute and a half to play, and they got the football in scoring territory, and they have it inside the 20-yard line with this play. And not only that, but they're inside the 5, down to the 3. Kansas State on the run. He's got the touchdown, and now going for 2 for the field goal lead underneath. He's got it. The receiver spinning it up a defender, and George Farr, 37 seconds and a chance to send your team potentially to overtime, and he starts it off with a play right to midfield. Now needing maybe 15 more yards for field goal range. He's going to get 6 of those. Now at the 3rd and 4, 44-yard line on the run. That's knocked away. 4th down and 4. Your last chance getting into field goal range. He's got a beautiful ball. What a throw. Can you believe that throw? That was incredible. We're going to overtime with that field goal. Kansas State gets stopped. 4th down and 5. Field goal on the way. It is good. And now Missouri can win it here. They're going to go with a little reverse. And maybe you'd like to get a block from your quarterback. I don't know if that would have helped all that much. 3rd down and 15. They're going to play it safe. Go with the read option. And they're going to just try to settle for the field goal. Go to 2nd overtime. Kick is good. And we're on to the 2nd. As now Missouri, they get it first. They got to go outside. And that's going to be caught. 3rd down and 3. Quick screen outside. And he's blown up. No one was fooled by that. And the field goal. Now it's going to be same situation the other way. Kansas State can win it with a touchdown. But now the defense having to play for their lives as they get the sack. One play to force that potential 2-point conversion shootout. And a nice defensive play there. 2 guys battling for the football. It's incomplete. And the field goal is good. Well, we're going to a 2-point conversion shootout. What a first game to have here as they're going to go with a stop. Now they can win it. Missouri is going to check it down underneath. He gets stopped. How about a 4th overtime? Now going back to Missouri. QB draw. It gets stopped. Kansas State, your turn. Handoff. I don't think it's happening. It's going to be a 5th overtime. How about another run? And this one is in. Kansas State. Is it finally going to end? No, not yet. We're going to 6. How about George Farr trying to win it here? He's going to use his legs. He's fighting it, and he's got it. Can it be over here? Yes, it can. And Kansas State, it took 6 overtimes, a lot of 2-point conversions, and it is finally over. George Farr, 271, a touchdown through the air, and he did just enough. 26 and 5 interception touchdown ratio. Pretty good stuff there. Now we jump to Segal and TCU. They're number 23 in the country. He's got them in a bowl game against Ohio State. 2 teams that kind of hope to be in the playoffs, but they're not going to be in there. And the defense of TCU is going to give them a massive play to put them in position to tie this game. Segal is going to throw underneath for a 8-yard gain. He's having a great day. 3 touchdowns through the air, trying to make it 4. And he's got it close. Inside the 5, down to the 2. Back to the air. Looking for touchdown number 4. He's got it, and that's going to be a tie game. Ohio State's got 4 minutes to play, but they're getting stopped. 3 and out. And now Segal takes over. He's going to be looking for a game-winning drive. I think his lineman just got in his way. 3rd down and 15. He's throwing outside. He's got the completed pass knocked away from him. Ohio State takes over. They got a 1st down completion. 2nd down and 5 to move the chains. Now 2nd and 7. Play action. They got a free rusher in. Talk about 2 free rushers. 3rd and 14. And now the defense. Look at them mowing over this line. Quarterback, he had nowhere to go with the football. I mean, good coverage. Good defense all around from TCU. And Segal now has got a minute 21 trying to get this victory here. Getting in the field goal range. Minute to play. He's going to throw on the run. He's got a complete pass right in between his own coverages. Good job there. 3rd down and 5. 45 seconds to play. Slant. Middle. That's knocked away. And we're going to be going to overtime again. This punt. That is a bad punt. Oh, that was a 16-yard punt. That is not the time for a 16-yard punt. I don't know if it matters, though, as he's going to get tracked down in field goal range. They're going to run the clock, kick the field goal, and it is good. I mean, a 16-yard punt didn't help you out there, but still, I mean, you got beat, and Britton Segal, even though you got beat on that coverage, maybe you could have forced the longer field goal try if the punt was even an average punt, but we're on to the playoffs. As now Wake Forest against LSU, 9-3 versus 10-2, and Scruggs is going to be throwing a screen out. It's going to be getting some blocks down the field, first down. Scruggs trying to tie this game up. What a win it would be to have one of our first quarterbacks in his first year starting get a playoff victory, as it's going to be a throw underneath that's incomplete. They're going to settle for a field goal, kick on its way, and it is no good. You cannot afford to miss a kick there, especially when you settled and you could have maybe tried to go for the tie, and instead LSU might have given them a dagger, and now it's 35-21, and you're going to need a touchdown drive just so quick here. You need it in 2 to 3 minutes, and now you're getting sacked. It's 4th and 16. Scruggs, last chance, maybe he keeps it alive. All right, 45-yard line, little pop pass. He's got a lead blocker, and he's got a first down. If he stayed in bounds there, he's going to get a lot of yards. 43-yard line, middle, that's wide open. And LSU letting them drive down the field, ticking down the clock, though, under 4 minutes to play. He's got to not take the sack there, and he does a good job not only not taking the sack, but he gets the first down. And Scruggs with some nice play extension inside the red zone as he's tucking. He's running. He's heading for the end zone. He dives, and he's got it. What an effort. They're going for 2. Very interesting call. I like the boldness. Go for 2 here. It's a strat some teams like to employ where, you know, you go for 2. If you get it, you can win it with a touchdown. If not, you go for 2 again to try to tie it, as now you might not even get the football back with all of that. All that strategy might not matter, and it's really not gonna matter. LSU with the touchdown, and now down by 2 scores once again. You got Wake Forest. You know, they're going to hit a nice play, but LSU doesn't really care. I mean, it could come down to an onside kick at this point, and, you know, especially if Wake Forest burns a timeout, 1:45 to play. He's throwing. Good pass after good pass, though. He's moving his team down the field. If he gets it down there quick enough, and they use a timeout, I don't like that. I don't like using the timeout at all. You get the touchdown, but burning that timeout, it's more valuable than having that extra 10 seconds, as you do not get the onside kick, meaning it's maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds if you stop them here. Timeouts used, 2nd down and 3, handoff, and it's not gonna happen. They get the first down, and high-scoring 4th quarter. Wake Forest, I mean, the offense did their job. 34 points on the board, almost 400 yards through the air. Scruggs also on the ground put up a touchdown, and he had a nice season, 26-6, 62%. And, you know, if there's rushing stats worth showing, I will show them. There wasn't really. A lot of quarterbacks, you know, their rushing takes a hit because of the sack yardage. But as we go on to the next year with all these new starting quarterbacks potentially getting into the mix, Coastal Carolina has one. They got Marshall's guy still here. He's going to be a senior. Everybody else is a redshirt junior except Marshall's quarterback, who's a true senior, as George Farr looks almost maxed out at this point. 82 overall for a star dev. Maybe not the most exciting. Tagai, 79, still sticking around as the, you know, 79 overall, okay quarterback. But Deshaun Thomas, about 85 overall, and he's the one I want to see on the field up next. As Segal, 83 overall, one little jump for him. And Scruggs, nice jump, 84 overall. And after last season taking Wake Forest to the playoffs, you'd hope he can do it this time around because he is a legitimately good quarterback. Tagai, he's going to rack up a lot of cumulative counting stats, but do a whole lot of nothing in terms of wins and losses. These are the guys not making bowl games, not having any sort of games to be hopping into. Coastal Carolina made a bowl game. They got smacked on their home field, and Trahan, not a good game. 0 touchdowns and a pick. Overall, though, he got some garbage time action in previous years, but 34-9. I guess he was dominating the Sun Belt, but we finally get Hooks into a game action. It took him till his final year, his final game of his career, but he's in a bowl game against Tulsa, and the defense is giving him a chance. I mean, you've only allowed 13 points to get him in good field position, 4 minutes to play. Hooks hands it, and that's going to be a first down, but he fumbles the football, and luckily they hold on to it. Hooks is going to run it. He's got the first down. He's going to take contact from 3 different defenders, get it into the red zone, blitz sent in. He's getting sacked, and I don't think he was getting away. As 3rd and 15. They're going to run the football. serious call, but I guess they're content with a tie. So we got 13-13, 2 minutes to play. Tulsa football as they go play action, and that's great pressure from the interior. 3rd down and 16. They're going to run it. Just try to run out the clock, make Marshall burn a timeout. They do, but you're in good field position, but it's 3rd and 14 the other way, and now Tulsa's burning the timeout. Well, 1st and 10 Tulsa, back where they started in the previous possession, and same result. They're getting sacked. And now pressure coming in again. They're going to float that football outside. He's going to break a tackle, and he's got the 1st down. That is massive to potentially push this game into overtime, or at least give Tulsa a chance to win it. But another sack. That's 6 on the game for Marshall. Looking for 7. He's just going to step up and run it. He's got the 1st down again. Well, 20 seconds to play. You're closing in. One more big play like that, you can maybe get into field goal range. You got 9, 15 seconds to play. This is your shot right here. And no timeouts to go. And he's getting sacked, and we're going to overtime. All right, 13-13, and it's been a defensive battle. Tulsa is going to get 9 yards on that run, as Hooks trying to get a bold victory to close out his career, and it might not happen with Tulsa scoring a touchdown. As Hooks now, it's up to you to try to close out your college career with a bold victory, and he's running it. He's inside the 10. He's inside the 5. Touchdown, and he does it all himself. And now going to overtime number 2, where he's going to have it on offense to start. 15-yard line, 3rd and inches. He's going to run it. He's going to head for the end zone again, but he wants to slide down at the 3. Now going with a play action. He's going to run it. He wants it. He wants to do it himself, and he does. It's another touchdown on the ground, and 2-point conversion for the 8-point lead. He's just going to run it again. He is doing it all by himself. Tulsa is now down by 8, and they're getting sacked again. 2nd and 17, another sack. Who is on Tulsa's offensive line? It's not a good one. 10 sacks on the day. I can't even blame the quarterback. He's barely had time, and the game ends on an interception. When you get to 4th down and like 30 in overtime, man, you figure it out, Tulsa. Your offensive line stinks. And Mike Hooks did not do well in the air. Only 100 yards, under 50%, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had the 2-point conversion that he converted on the ground. And now Kansas State, Missouri. Well, welcome back. We got another matchup. George Farr trying to do it again against Kansas State. It's the same exact matchup, the same exact teams, the same exact bowl game, and the same quarterback. So, a little rematch here. Their game last year was really good, so, maybe we got a little rivalry going on here between Kansas State and Missouri. 13-16, 4 minutes to play. Pump fake as Farr. He's got a clean pocket. Really good job. He's going to just tuck and run it. He's got the 1st down. He's got more. He's going to go down to the 11-yard line and running the clock down to under 3 minutes to play. They are not going to get it 4th and inches, and man, I think you should go for it in that situation. 16-16, 2 minutes to play, and a real good shot over the middle is going to be caught. 46-yard line, another shot right down the middle, and Kansas State could win it here if they run this clock out, trying to get the field goal, as they want to make sure they burn all their timeouts, burn all that time. They're not going to be able to get all of it down, but they're going to leave them with 40 seconds to play and a 3-point deficit. So far, can he take them to overtime again? He can't get away from the rush this time around. 3rd and 13, 30 seconds to play. Yeah, no timeouts. He can't be taking a sack. He can't be getting tackled and bounced unless it's a play like that. And he got it! And it's going to be a score. What a throw! And that's 2 times back-to-back years where he has delivered a beautiful ball for a potential victory, but no, it's just the other way. Kansas State on the crosser. He's gone. What is happening here? These 2 teams, I guess they should be playing every year because this is a fun matchup. Hail Mary. I don't know if you got an 80-yarder in you, as it's going to be incomplete. Kansas State wins this one. And man, these 2 teams like putting on a good game. I would not mind getting them again. 32 touchdowns, interceptions up, but everything else is up. Everything. Completion percentage, touchdowns, yards. Now we jump to Wake Forest. Fortunately, no playoff appearance for them this time. 8-4 unranked, so a little bit of a disappointment, especially after being able to get there last year at Scruggs, getting a lot better in the offseason, but you can take care of business here against USF, get a bowl victory on the board, maybe set yourself up for a big senior season as Scruggs is going to run, and he's going to be looking for the end zone. He did it against LSU where he puts his body on the line to run for the end zone, and he does it there. 27-12. and now it's looking like USF's going to need to take a shot, and it's incomplete. How about 4th and 7? Game on the line. You're going to take another shot deep, and that one's intercepted, and Wake Forest is going to probably shut the door on this one. So not the result you wanted on the season overall, where you were hoping to make the playoffs, but a nice bowl victory, your 9th win on the season, so you win 9 games back-to-back seasons. Scruggs, all right game, he did his job. And a pretty consistent season. 7 interceptions both years, 29 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns. He's, slightly better than he was last year. And, you would have maybe liked to see a little bit bigger of a jump. But here's a quarterback I am interested in seeing. Oregon State's lead man, 9-3, Deshaun Thomas. And he's got his boys ranked as they're up by 10, looking to extend the lead. Thomas has a massive game right now, 350 yards, and he's going to take off, get in around the corner, and he's got the touchdown. I think the quarterbacks today, they're liking to run the football, and I like to see that. Some of these quarterbacks are dual threats, and not enough quarterback running going on here. So I appreciate these guys getting it going on the ground as Oregon State trying to look for the 10th win of the season and maybe set themselves up with some playoff aspirations next year, as they're going to tuck and run at Old Dominion, needing a score to get themselves back into this one, and they're going to go underneath on the RPO. That's going to be caught for the first down, 14-yard line. Now touchdown would be, at least making it a 2-score game, and they're going to get it. All right, so Deshaun Thomas, pressure maybe a little bit put on, but, still pretty comfortable lead for Oregon State, especially recovering that onside kick, getting themselves in good field position, and now Deshaun Thomas is going to keep it. Designed keeper, and he's sprinting down to the 25-yard line, to the 22. He's going to hand it. Running back's got the block on the edge. He's going to sprint all the way down to the 3-yard line. And now Thomas, read option. He's going to dive for the end zone. It bubbles the football. Old Dominion's got it. And Thomas, I don't know, it's a little risky. Now Old Dominion, I guess the door is open for them to maybe get back into this one. They got a big play here. And 1 man to beat. He did bring him out of bounds. 2-minute warning has hit. And Thomas, maybe he put his team in a position to lose this game. They still need the onside kick. And Oregon State, it's the same guy scooping it up. He's going to get it down, and Oregon State survives. Thomas, he gave him a little bit of a scare, but a good game from him. 343, 2 touchdowns through the air, touchdown on the ground, great rushing threat. 35-4, 67% completion percentage as well. He's awesome. And now playoff action here. We have one team in the playoffs. It was Segal and TCU. They're taking on Miami. So back-to-back years with one of the quarterbacks in the playoffs. Miami, though, is going to tack on a 3-point kick for a 10-point lead. So Segal, do something here, down by 2 scores. He's going to run it, and even Segal getting them going on the ground a little bit. I want to know what's going on here. Did they update this game or something? Quarterbacks are, running the football. I like to see it. Quarterbacks taking shots, not just, sliding or whatever. I like this. They're actually taking hits, but he's taking a hit right there, and that's a hit he doesn't want to take. A loss of 8, and how about another one? A loss of 9 this time. Dropping on 3rd and 27. He's stepping up. I don't know if you could really run it here, but you should at least do something. He throws it away, 4th and 27. Game on the line, basically, chucking it deep, and it's knocked away. Miami is going to just add a field goal, put an end to it, and TCU doesn't really put up too much of a fight. Segal, only 19 passes, and was just kind of whatever, but hey, he put up statistics, man. How about 65%, 40 touchdowns to 11 picks? And we are on to the final year of Batch 1, so you can kind of let me know how you've liked how this batch has gone. Usually the batches take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and on a good batch, maybe, closer to 20 minutes to see everything that these 25 quarterbacks go through, and then that's how we get to an hour. But these ones are going to be closer 25 minutes to a half an hour, so you can let me know if you like that. I feel like things have moved pretty fast and been pretty fast-paced still. Deshaun Thomas, look at that, 89 overall, 95 overall accuracy. He is looking so fun because he can run it and he can throw it. Segal, hey, 74 speed, and he was taking off, and he was jetting on that Miami defense for a play or two. Scruggs, hey, looking for the playoffs, 88 overall. We got some NFL caliber players here. Brian Teague, not going to make a bowl game this time around either, but he did improve. Devontae Sneed ended up with a subpar season. George Farr, unfortunately, nothing there. No Kansas State matchup, no bowl game. To Guy, what a guy. 4 years as a starter, and he did nothing as a win-loss aspect of things. Jalen Lands, he ended up with a bowl game. Didn't really do anything crazy, though. 22-4. That's pretty good touchdown interception ratio. As now we get into some bowl action here. Oregon State, that's really unfortunate, man. They went 10-2, 13th in the nation. I am a little disappointed that not only did they not make a playoff appearance, but they're playing 6-6 Syracuse. But maybe I can't be disrespected as Thomas has a touchdown. But, I guess that's the faults of not playing in a real conference. You're playing in the Pac-2, so I guess they're not going to respect you, as Syracuse is going to get sacked. And now with 5 minutes to play, we're ticking under that. 3rd down and 16. He's going to try to tuck and run it, and he's getting brought down. And they're going to punt it away. Deshaun Thomas is going to hand it, and that's going to be a 6-yard gain. Now jump into 2nd and 4. Play action. Throwing it deep. He's got it, and Deshaun Thomas delivers again, and he is just so much fun to watch. And now middle knocked away, 4th and 12, basically your game here. They're gonna go middle this time around. They got it knocked down at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 3, 2:40 to play, and he's gonna get an interception, and that's gonna do it. Deshaun Thomas is gonna win his bowl game. I really think they could have made the playoffs. I would have loved to see him in there, but I think he made a bit of a statement here. How about 4 incompletions, but 5 touchdowns and a 40-1 touchdown to interception ratio? And how about also 700 yards on the ground as well? What a performance from Deshaun Thomas. And we go back to the playoff action, and here is Britton Segal again in the playoffs. Got knocked out last year by Miami. Now once again down by 2 scores, this time to Oklahoma. TCU is driving, though, and they get a nice run here. And he gets the stiff arm down to the 22. Play action. Segal is going to go with an interception. And he can't do that in that situation. And not only is it going to be a pick, he's sprinting down the numbers, and a pick 6 for Oklahoma. And now suddenly you're down by 3 scores, and a fumble now, and it's gonna be down by 4 scores. What has happened all of a sudden? This game was somewhat close, and now you go down, you score a garbage time touchdown. But Segal, 3 interceptions and a fumble. He allowed 2 defensive touchdowns, and that's not how you want to end your career. Man, that was brutal. And now we go to Wake Forest, as we're saving Scruggs for last, and maybe not get that embarrassing performance of maybe choking. 400 yards and 3 touchdowns is pretty good, but not when you turn it over 4 times and get 2 defensive touchdowns at your expense. So now going to Wake Forest, where their bowl game, they're 9-3. It's disappointing again that they didn't make the playoffs. So Wake Forest was 15, Oregon State was 13. And they just didn't make the playoffs. It was so close. I would have loved to see both these guys get another shot in the playoffs, especially with Scruggs getting a second chance. And Deshaun Thomas, I think, maybe has been the best quarterback here in batch 1. So would have liked to see it. But Wake Forest down by 10. And maybe they didn't deserve to make the playoffs. If you can't go and beat an unranked West Virginia team, you gotta shut the door on them and end your career strong. Scruggs, incomplete. 4th and 1. I saved you for last because I thought you'd give us something happy to end on, but it's not looking like it's gonna happen. But he's got a big run, and he's gonna get into the 18, so the game's still alive here. 2-minute warning is hit, and we have it down inside the 5-yard line, 2-yard line. Scruggs just tuck and run it. He's got the touchdown, but there's a flag. And the offensive lineman, and he's celebrating. I don't think he realizes the call's on you. You might have costed your team a game, as he's going to have to do it again. Scruggs out of bounds. 4th and goal. They kick the field goal, so it is going to be a 1-score game, but you'd much rather have the touchdown at this point, and it's not even going to matter if you can't get the stop here. 3rd down and 1, and you don't get the stop, and you're allowed a big run. West Virginia is going to end it, and Wake Forest not able to get the victory. Unfortunate. Some of the quarterbacks didn't go out on the hottest of notes here, but Scruggs was unbelievable. And his entire career, this dude did not turn the football over much. Scruggs, about 90 overall, round 3. Segal does not get drafted. He was right on the fringe at an 86 overall. And Deshaun Thomas, round 2. I think that I think that makes sense. Deshaun Thomas, second rounder. I think he could have been a first rounder. And then you had Scruggs. I think him being the second quarterback drafted makes sense. I think Seagal could have been a day 3 pick. He was right on the fringe. He was an 86 overall. Sometimes you see 86s get drafted, sometimes you don't. I think it mostly depends on, the rest of the nation. If it's a weak quarterback year, you'll get drafted. If it's a strong QB year, you'll probably go undrafted. But that was batch 1. So batch 1 in total went about a half an hour. And I do feel like I did a good job showing you more while also not making it drag, but I guess you can let me know. I mean, maybe it's different for me recording and doing the commentary for it than you guys watching, so, that's where I want your point of view on it. Did I do a good job with that and make sure that, I balanced between showing you more and not making it drag on for too long, because I'm not just trying to sit here and make a 7-hour long video and just stack up watch time. I want to show you all the stuff that you want to see while also making, it entertaining and everything. So you can kind of let me know. Feedback is, at this point in time for the videos that I'm trying to make, and at this point in time, learning, the new stuff that I'm kind of working with here. It's all a learning process. All the feedback and advice, all that stuff is very much, appreciated and very much welcome. So all that, you can let me know. But we're scouting these next quarterbacks. I'm kind of just talking over it. If you want to see these guys, you can see some of the interesting gems and busts. 3 stars, I will say, most variants when you get to busts and, gems and everything. Because 5 stars, even as long as they're not a bust, they're going to be probably pretty decent. And, not a lot of 5 stars are bust. 4 stars, there's some, but, a lot of 4-star gems as well. And then when you get down to, 1 stars and 2 stars, there's not a lot of bust 1 stars, not a lot of gem 1 stars. There's more, but if you're a bust 1 star, what's even the point? Similar with 2 stars. 3 stars, because it's right in the middle, you have guys who can be, 4-star caliber players or 1-star caliber players if they're a gem or a bust. You have guys who are all over the spectrum when it comes to the ability that they can give you. And, you got guys like Deshaun Thomas who went out there and became a 91 overall quarterback. And then you got guys who, never even cracked 75 overall. So, we'll get into these next couple of people here. Not all the quarterbacks who get shown here as true freshmen are going to end up doing anything. Not every guy that I showed you at the start of batch 1 ended up becoming some superstar. But this is just to show you that not every quarterback, despite their maybe favorable development, favorable dev trade and rating caps and all this other stuff, just because you have that doesn't mean you'll get there. It gives you a better chance, obviously. It gives you a chance, unlike some normal development guys, but it doesn't guarantee it. Obviously, I highly doubt it, but it would be pretty cool to eventually see one of these quarterbacks become a true freshman starter. I think a lot of things would need to align for that to happen. You probably need to be, one of those high floor, low ceiling guys going to a bad school at the right time. Doubt it's going to happen, but, still keep your eyes out for it. We at least got a redshirt freshman starter and a true sophomore starter, so, we're getting closer there. But how about this? A star development Utah quarterback. So it's interesting when some of these higher development guys go to good schools. Utah is a school that will do good in this game, that will make the playoffs, that will be contenders sometimes, depending on your dynasty file. So when they get to go to a good school, it's always a little bit more exciting. And how about Wake Forest? Back at it again. It feels like every time we do one of these videos, there's always a school who just does so well. So we actually do have 2 redshirt freshmen starting quarterbacks, Caleb Sullivan at Kansas. And, he's going to be important. So I'm going to say Lawrence Fatafe. That's what I'm going to go with. Sorry to the Fatafe family out there if I am mispronouncing it, but I'm giving it my best shot, as he's going to be in a bowl game. 9-3 as a redshirt freshman quarterback taking on Virginia. And I don't know, do I just call him Lawrence or call him number 2? What do I call him, man? Fatafe with the incomplete pass there. 4th down and 5. It's going to be a kick, and it is good. So Utah up 32-26, and that's an interesting little pitch play there, as it's going to get blown up. I'm stunned that that one didn't work, as he's going to tuck and run it, and Fatafe got the first down. It's going to be really awkward if I'm saying the name wrong. Is it Fatafe? Well, it doesn't matter. He's going to throw a pick, regardless of how you pronounce it. It's a pick, and now 4 minutes to play under that. It's going to be Virginia with an opportunity, and that's a great throw on the sidelines, and He's going to be having it 43-yard line. That's a big shot over the middle. Touchdown. Virginia's got the lead, and now with just a 1-point deficit, 3 minutes to play, here comes Utah. What the pursuit was just awful there. I don't know who on Virginia just took the worst pursuit angle I have ever seen, but it might have just given Utah the opportunity to not just go get a field goal, but potentially get this touchdown. As at the 12-yard line, he goes down, and now maybe you're looking at the field goal, 3rd and 20. You gotta stay in the field goal range, though, and you might have got knocked out of it. It's a long kick. All of a sudden, kick is good. You really tried your best to mess that one up, it feels like. Virginia taking a shot deep. He's got a step. He's got it. And what is going on? These defenses are not doing their job as they're going to run it right up the middle. Touchdown, Virginia. 40-35. What is going on here? As now it's Utah's turn. Big play on the run. It is inside the red zone. 18-yard line, 50 seconds to play. He's going to throw outside, check it down to the running back. He breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down to the 6-yard line. What a play to get all those yardage. And that's going to be a sack. 4th and goal, 27 seconds to play. He checks it short. Incomplete. And that is game. That is unfortunate. You had a couple of chances there, and Badave had 330, 2 touchdowns, an overall 36-11 season. Really good for a redshirt freshman. So now we get to go into their redshirt junior seasons where we're going to get a little bit more opportunity for some of these guys. Tommy Dye, Doug Boyce here at Cincinnati. That's 2 starters on the board. We already know Utah and Kansas got their guys. That's 4 starters in their 3rd season. Diego Manuel, not exactly someone who probably should be starting at this point. 74 overall. How about a 76 overall starter? Some of these guys are getting a little bit more opportunities than they deserve, especially at like decent schools. UNC, Mississippi State. We got Ohio. I mean, Badave, only a little jump, 81 overall, so he didn't really do much, but hey, into the playoffs with a 1st round bye, a 10-win season. Tommy Dye, solid year, maybe get that completion percentage up a little bit, but not bad for a 1st year. Doug Boyce, 76 overall, not bad for a 76 at all. Manuel, he probably shouldn't be starting, but there we go in the SEC. And Marrero at least showed us something there. So we get into some bowl action. As Kansas, we got him getting another opportunity to be the starting quarterback, and that's going to be a 1st down. Sullivan going middle. That's going to be caught. And he is going to be potentially one of those guys who just starts a lot of years for his team. He's going to be a 4-year starter type of dude, but I mean, Kansas isn't that, good in this save file right now. They're kind of constantly floating around like a 5-win team as their running back, though. He's doing a good job here. Maybe this could be the catalyst to what swings them upward. A 7-win season, a potential bowl victory, and maybe some upward trajectory momentum as a touchdown there as he runs through him, man. And they got the lead, San Jose State. It's a 7-5 San Jose State team, and they are down by 3. 2:20 to go, 45-yard line, middle, wide open. That's going to be caught by the tight end. And now 36-yard line. It's going to be a blitz sent in. He's going to just go outside, and he's just stringing together completions. Nice rhythm, nice job going. One after another, 2nd and 9. How about another one to the outside? And he hung on to that one. That was a tough grab to make. 12-yard line in position to tie, and they're not going to get away, and it is going to be a chance to tie. And the kick is good. So it looks like we could be going to overtime, and we are. San Jose State with the football first, and a nice run. That's going to be for 11. And now 2nd and 11. 15-yard line underneath, turning it upfield. He's going to fight it. He's down to the 1. It looked like he almost had it. And they're going to finish it off with the score. Now Kansas, well, you got to respond a little bit, and that's going to be a sack. And now 3rd and 15. Now drop in a throw. You set up a tight end screen on 3rd and 15. I don't know about that one. Game on the line. It's incomplete. And I really got to question that one. You set up a tight end screen on 3rd and 15. I don't know who you think you got at tight end or what you think you're doing there. Not a move on my, if I were a coach, I wouldn't be calling that one. But, Sullivan, he had a pretty solid season, and he got them to 7 wins. No bowl victory, though. Ohio, their quarterback, Nunn's got a touchdown here and a 2-score lead. So onside kick is going to be scooped up. So that was a game where they were really out of it. You know, it was a touchdown late. You know, some games happen like that where I don't show them to you, and it's like, oh, well, it's a 10-point game. Well, they scored a touchdown basically in garbage time, didn't get the onside kick, and that was it. But Malcolm Nunn, first year starting, not a lot in the air for touchdowns, only 19, but a decent season at Ohio. And now we get to some playoff action. There's not a lot of quarterbacks to spectate this year, but the one we do got, number 4 in the nation, first round bye, and taking on Miami. We've already had one of our quarterbacks in a previous batch deal with Miami, and now, well, let's see if he could do this time with the other quarterback. Couldn't! And what a throw on the run! And it's a touchdown. And now down by 1. That is a lot of pressure coming in! Scoop up the football, lineman. There you go. You couldn't block anybody, but at least you got the football. 3rd and 22, 7-yard line. He converts it! And not only does he convert it, he could be going all the way, but he gets tracked down at the 19. Well, you got field goal range, and he's scrambling, he's rolling, he's throwing it out of bounds. Okay, he at least didn't get sacked like he did last season, and it's going to be a kick for the upright, so you got the lead with 3 minutes to play. Handoff. He's going to have first down and more. He's got a lot of room. He's got a lot of space, and he is getting it caught at the 2. I was ready to say gone, but he didn't, so impressive job by the defense to get him, especially if you hold to a field goal here. Miami outside, incomplete, and whoever it is at safety, that DB, I don't know who it was, but hey, give him all the credit. He saved a lot of points on the board and gives you a chance to get into field goal range before the 13 now. Game on the line as Utah, middle, he converts again. Bonave is just clutch right now. Underneath, he gets a block, tight end, rumbling for the 48-yard line. That's now 48-yard line, 45 seconds, and he's got it in field goal range. Takes a shot, hangs on, 40 seconds, hand off to the back. He's got it to the outside, and now you're setting yourself up for a very makeable kick. Another handoff, a stop, and the field goal for the win, and he doesn't get it off. That is straight robbery. Come on, game. You gotta let him go to the next round. What was that, man? This has only ever actually happened once before in one of our videos where they just, like, sim the clock all the way down, and well, that's an unfortunate way to end it. I mean, we're on to the next season, but they're trying to get one of these guys a playoff victory. You know how hard that is to even make the playoffs and get in that position, and that's what happens? I mean, obviously he could have missed the kick, but it was a pretty makeable kick, so hey, Utah, you got to do it again. See if you can get back this time around, as we have their redshirt junior seasons and some of these guys getting, you know, 2 and 3 point little boosts. And Fatafe, there you go, as he is up to an 87 overall, and that's pretty nice. Okay, we're looking at him being a potential NFL caliber quarterback here, as you know, Jaleel Ramsey also at Washington's getting an opportunity to start. Tommy Dye, I mean, he's an 85 overall, and he's not playing bad. It's just they're not winning. Diego Manuel, hey, get him out the SEC, man. He should not be here. Jaleel Ramsey, also solid season, 72%, but nothing else there. And UNC, their quarterback, he gets a 38-7 win over Temple. 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, 80 overall, solid season. But now we got to get into the other guys who are going to be in the mix here, as it's going to be Cincinnati. Boyce is going to have an opportunity at a bold victory. It's going to be against San Diego State, as it's a 3-point game and a shot taken over the middle. We got it. Pop pass outside. Let me a good pop pass as he turns the corner, and he's jetting to the 11-yard line with a stiff arm. 3rd down and 6. As Boyce is going to just immediately bail. He's going to run it. He's got the touchdown, and I really like what's going on. This feels a little bit different. Gameplay feels a little bit different today. I don't know what's up here. A lot of quarterbacks running, but I ain't going to complain about it. As they hand it off, running back has the first down. 3 minutes to play, and you need a touchdown. San Diego State's getting sacked. 2 guys bring him down, and now you got 21 yards to go on 3rd down. He's taking the shot for the marker. He's got it and more. And you cannot give up 4th and 21 as they're going to go middle. Caught. He just took a shot but hung on. That was 15-yard line. And they're going to go back end zone, incomplete. They just threw the football away, 4th down and 5. And that's your game there, but he keeps it alive for San Diego State. Looking for the game-winning touchdown. He dropped it. He dropped the football, 3rd down, incomplete, and the drop could cost them it all, 4th and goal. And this is your last chance. A lot of time. Someone's got to get open, but no one does, and it's not going to happen, man. Man, he had it. He dropped it, though. I mean, I know dive and catch, not an easy one to make, but I don't think San Diego State fans are going to be real forgiving there. Well, let's go to Ohio. They lost their bowl game last year, but this time around, it's a bit closer, and you're throwing a pick the first play I watch, and he's taking it down to the 24-yard line. Well, you might have just blew your chance to put the game away with a 2-score lead, and now Old Dominion, they can tie it here or even take the lead. 3rd down and 9. End zone knocked away. Well, it's looking like it'll be a tie game, and the kick is going to be good. So none, you got to redeem yourself after that bad interception as he's going to get the first down here. Converting, avoiding the 3 and out. 3:45 to play. Blitz sent in around the edge, and you got rushers coming in from everywhere. You break one, not two. 3rd and 20. Another blitz sent in, and he escapes. He throws it, and it's incomplete. In a tie game, you punt it back to Old Dominion, who here you got that field goal to tie it. Now you're looking for the one to win it, but a sack there. It's going to set him back. They're going to get those yards back on 3rd and 11 now. You're going to throw as the pressure's getting in. These lower-end quarterbacks have no pocket awareness. It's kind of funny sometimes. I mean, they're looking oblivious as heck, but Ohio takes over, and that's a big catch and run to the 40-yard line. They're kind of on that fringe field goal range, couple more yards, and that'll do it. You're in there, and now you're in the red zone, 20-yard line, backed up to the 22, 3rd down and 11. You got the run. You're going to get stopped, make them use all their timeouts, kick that game, leading kick. And you got it. You got a minute to go, Old Dominion. No timeouts. And you're throwing a pick on the first play. And that's going to do it. Ohio gets their bowl win this year. And none, I mean, pretty solid quarterback for Ohio. He's a solid MAC quarterback, which, maybe isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but we are always here for some action. 81 overall guy, 28 touchdowns. He took a big leap forward. Utah, let's actually look at someone who has a chance to compete here. They got kind of robbed of a playoff victory last season. This year, how about a 28-21 lead, and an incomplete pass is going to punt it back to Wisconsin, but you are leading in a playoff game against Wisconsin on the road. 45-yard line, make it to the 49. 3rd and 4, middle, caught. He's going to turn upfield, take a shot. 37-yard line as you are now under 2 minutes to play, and pass is going to be caught. The tight end turns him around. Actually, that's the running back. The running back turns him around for the first down. I mean, you got to wrap him up there, and that's a wrap-up sack for Trey Adai. 3rd and 21, and he's going to throw. Middle for the first down marker. There's too many teams allowing 3rd down and 20-plus conversions, man. Come on, defenses. You got to do a little bit better than that. 30 seconds to play. 4th and 1. Game on the line. Can you shut the door here? Yes, you can, and there you go. Utah gets a playoff victory this time around, and they're one step closer. About 4 touchdowns through the air, 75 completion percentage. Fought Fay with an amazing game, and now Texas Tech is going to be the opponent here, 13-10, 5 minutes to play. So the offense not really firing as much as they were last game, but trying to move past that second round. They almost got past the second round last year with that first round bye, and now you got the touchdown to be in the lead. You almost made the semifinals last year, and you're trying to do it this time around. The defense comes up with the big play. Sack, 3rd and 14. Texas Tech has a deep ball caught right in between the defenders, and he's not going to be caught. It's a touchdown, and you turn it back over to Fatafe to try to do his job. Can he do it again? Another big touchdown play, but he's got a big one here as the tight end's got about 25 yards. And now dropping the throw on 3rd and 7 right up the sidelines. Great play. And now 1st and 10 at the 30. You got another one. This quarterback is dealing. You got the field goal in your back pocket, but looking for the lead. He's throwing. End zone. Touchdown. And what a possession to give your team the lead. Now Texas Tech I mean, the defense got to come up with another big stop to close out this game. They did it against Wisconsin. Can they do it again? Throwing it deep, one-on-one. It's knocked away. What a chop from the corner to get his arm out. But throwing it deep, this time left side of the field. It's intercepted. And that is probably going to do it as he's running it down to the 45-yard line. And now one more first down to seal it. He's got it in Utah. Moving on to the semifinals. They're coming back for vengeance this year. They got robbed last year, and now they make their semifinals appearance, and it's against South Carolina. A trip to the national title on the line between the 11th seed and the 10th seed. So a little bit of underdogs coming out here, doing their thing. Fourth down forced, as now South Carolina has a 3-point lead, has the football, and now I'm mistaken. It's not a 3-point lead. It's a 10-point lead with 4 minutes to play. And now Utah, they've been in this situation before. They've been the underdogs all year. But how about when South Carolina's also the underdogs? As that's an interception. And both teams, you know, they made it this far. One of them getting that shot to the national title, and it looks like South Carolina could shut the door on this one. 2 minutes to play. Fourth down, they get the stop, but now Utah, they're going to need a score and an onside kick. Fourth down and 8. I don't even know if they're going to get that score, as they're going to throw middle, knocked away, could have been picked, and Utah goes down. And that stinks. I was rooting for them. Utah was pretty fun, but we still got another year of him. 33 touchdowns, 6 picks. Completion percentage went down, but he was slinging that football all around the field. He had a nice season, and he'll have another year. Final year of Batch 2. We have a lot of these guys still starting. Dye is looking really good. We have not gotten to see him in action. It's really interesting. Sylvan, I feel like he's gotten like 1 overall better every year. But hey, he's still holding on to that starting job. Speaking of still holding onto a starting job, I don't know how he has one still. He didn't even get better this season. Malcolm Nunn, 85 overall. It's a pretty nice quarterback there. I don't think he's going to be good enough to get drafted, but Badafe, 87 overall. So we're happy to see that. And he's looking pretty good. So now, Ramsey, 79. Washington, I mean, he just never got the accuracy up. So, playoff situation here. Well, we got a little rematch we'll get to. Utah and Miami in the first round. So, that's really interesting. Sylvan, we got 1 bowl game out of him, and he lost it. 4-year starter, though. I like when that happens, when you just get a 4-year starter who, like I said, doesn't really do a whole lot. Just wins like 4 or 5 games every single season. But we actually do get to see Dye in action here, as it took him a while. It took him his whole career, but he's finally in a bowl game against Hawaii. He's up by 8. He's got the football. He's going to get the football away and preserve a sack, but it's still going to be 4th down. They're punting it to Hawaii, who's going to get blitzed off the edge, and the cornerback gets in there for the sack. 3rd and 17. And with under 4 to play, he's got the first down, and he's got more on the run, and he is gone. And now 2-point conversion will be on its way for the tie. Handoff. He's going to get stood up, and he can't get it. And now Hawaii still losing after that big touchdown. Arizona State watching their running back leap over a down defender. 3rd down and 6, though. Dye looking to seal this game. He's got it outside. He's not going to fight ahead for the first down. He got a yard short. And now Hawaii can win it here with a field goal. They are now maybe 30, 25 yards away, depending on the kicker that you have. But you're going to get a big chunk of it here. Maybe looking at about 10 yards out now for a 50-yard field goal, as they're looking. Stepping up, he's running. Well, he's got the yardage, and he slides down, and now Arizona State in trouble as they're throwing it deep. It's a touchdown, and maybe that's not the worst result, because he at least get the football back. Arizona State immediately has it the other way, and I said maybe it wasn't a bad idea to let him score, and well, it wasn't. Touchdown, now a 2-point conversion. Speed option, he faked the pitch. Maybe he should have pitched it. It's a 1-point game, 15 seconds to play. Throwing it outside, caught. And now he got 1 timeout still, so he can afford 1 big play over the middle. And now he's got it to about Hail Mary range. It's looking like it's going to be it right here. Hail Mary for the victory. He's not going to get it off. It's a sack, and they're going to end it there. He was close to getting it off. Obviously, unlikely that the Hail Mary was going to be completed, but you get the sack, and Tommy Dye. 5 touchdowns in the air. What a game from him, and what a step up he took. He's an 88 overall after his full career is finished, so we could be looking at him going to the NFL, which is really unexpected. I mean, maybe we could just say the team around him wasn't supporting him enough because he was a good quarterback. Just didn't get to see much of him, but the one game we seen, real good stuff, as we could be seeing also Ohio, who slowly built themselves up with Malcolm Nunn at quarterback. Malcolm Nunn deserves a lot of credit here. 85 overall, 11-2 in ranked, and an opportunity at another bowl victory here against Old Dominion as they got a shot middle. That's going to be caught in Old Dominion at the 2-minute warning. Now down to a minute and a half to play. They have it inside the 5 as they're going to be throwing again. He's moving right, throws it back middle, and he's got the score. So Ohio, you got 40 seconds to play. Blitz sent in, none. He's going to throw on the run. That's out of bounds, 4th down and 10. Gonna go 4 and out here to lose this game. He gets hit as he's throwing. It's incomplete. And Old Dominion's gonna win the game. So, I mean, Malcolm Nunn, pretty solid career at Ohio, but not gonna happen there. 12 of 31. Not the way you want to go out, but he got better every single season. Did better. Took Ohio to the ranked, seen 20th ranked team. As we got Washington, Jaleel Ramsey. We're gonna see him in a little bit of action. He was a player who could have been a little bit better than he was. I mean, 79 overall, his accuracy wasn't really upgraded as much as you would have liked to see. Utah State is going to claw back into it on a one-score game. So Ramsey, we're going to get to see him throw a pick, and that could have been a pick 6 if he didn't get turned around a little bit, as Utah State now in position to tie it, and they do. Well, all of a sudden, you're down from 14, and it's a tie game, and I don't know what you're doing here, Ramsey. You got to go and make up for that because you put them in a position to where you could cost your team this game, but you got into the field goal range here, 32-yard line. All right, now Utah State probably going to stop burning timeouts. I mean, maybe you shouldn't take a sack there. Ramsey, this is not a good showing for you right now. He's going to tuck and run it, get back into field goal range, sweep it outside, has a smart decision, and he's going to get the first down. And the running back is going to save them big time because now you can run the clock out if you want to. But Ramsey, what a spin move. That was a really nice play. Get it down to a minute to go as they hand it off. I mean, you probably shouldn't have scored there, but Utah State will have 40 seconds to play. Throw it. That's caught on the run. He's going to get brought down inbounds, but you get the clock stopped a little bit. 38 seconds to go. Stepping and throwing. He's got it caught, and wow, that was an amazing throw in between the defender. He made a diving effort at that one. I don't know why you're running the football there. Throws it up the back of the end zone this time. 4th down and goal. Will that all be for nothing? It is knocked away. So that was an incredible throw, and if that defender didn't make that tackle, I mean, that was going to be disastrous. I don't know who threw a 40-yard pass. Did they do a fake punt or something? Jaleel Ramsey, I mean, honestly, worst season. I don't know what you're doing there, man. You regressed a little bit performance-wise, but we're getting to the main event here. About Utah. That's a bad snap. What is going on here? A bad snap. What kind of magic does Miami have to be running up the clock, forcing bad snaps? Utah, though, they're leading by 3, and he's going to get sacked. 4th down and 37. They're going to punt it away, and it's going to be good field position for Miami, who's going to convert on 3rd down. They are in field goal range already, spinning away, and maybe you knock them back a little bit. It's a long one, 54 yards. Kick is no good. Huge job by the defense to not let them get any closer. They get stopped on 4th and inches, but the booth reviewed it. They did get the first down, and what a big call as he's throwing it deep. He tried to go for the dagger. I don't know what you're doing, man. You can't be throwing that ball into double coverage deep. I mean, I guess a throwing punt, but your defense is going to save you. Safety. And Utah might have gotten themselves a victory to avenge the loss to Miami previously. One more first down. Come on, sweep it outside. He can't get there. 3rd down and 3. They're going to throw it outside. They weren't expecting the RPO. He gets a block. The receiver did a phenomenal job blocking, and they're going to win it. So Utah survives just a 2-point 4th quarter, but that 2 points was exactly what they needed to get that football back, and we're on to the next round against number 2 Auburn. and Utah trying to get back to the semifinals again. Can they avenge what their semifinals loss was last year? Tie game, but they're driving. 5 minutes to play. They got the first down. Goal to go. They're at the 6-yard line. Under 5 now as they're throwing. End zone wide open. Touchdown, Utah. And they're up by 7. This defense has made clutch plays, but that's a clutch play from the Auburn offense. He's gone. Score for the Tigers. And now you're tied back up. And Fatafe's got to come out here and do it again. 3 minutes to go. First and 10 play action. He's going to get it middle. Caught him. That was a great play by the receiver, too, to make sure he shielded off that defender. 3rd down and 11, though. You jump ahead to a screen. And now you're in long-distance field goal range. 53 yards. Kick is good. All right, defense, you got a minute 20 trying to preserve this lead. At least make sure they don't win it in regulation. Get it to overtime. Well, it's looking like it could be overtime, but one more play like that, they can get into field goal range. Middle, they got exactly what they needed. A minute to go, and Auburn now looking for the win. 3rd and inches. It is caught. He hung on. They're going to go for the field goal, though. They ran out of time. They ran out of timeouts, and now we're going to overtime. Potape trying to get it to the first down marker. It's short. I mean, I'm pro go for it, man, but they kick the field goal. Auburn can win it with a touchdown as the defense is going to watch him go to the outside, and it's going to almost be a one-play score. Caught one defender to stop him. As 1st and goal, he stopped at the 1, stood up, but not this time. Auburn wins it, and that is a heartbreaker. That first down in overtime, man, they almost had that. The defender, or the receiver caught it and just, I guess, momentum took him out of bounds, but, man, you were there. And Fatafei, how about 49 touchdowns, 1st-round draft pick? What a monster. Tommy Dye also gets selected in the 5th round. Good on him. But, man, you had it. You were right there. And, like I said, I'm pro-go for it. You know, 4th down and 1, if it's 4th down and 1 in any situation, I am definitely thinking, you know what, send the offense back out there if you trust the quarterback, but they don't want to go for it. It is what it is, and, I mean, it's going to be hard to beat what he was able to do at Utah. I mean, they got kind of screwed over in year 1. Then they made it to the semifinals, made it to the 2nd round, 1st-round draft pick. But with all that, we are just halfway through this video, and we still got another 50 quarterbacks to go. So it's not like there isn't opportunities for one of these guys to hit those highs. I want to see one of these guys go to a national title, win a national championship. I want to see somebody win a Heisman. I wasn't expecting that with 1 stars or 2 stars, but the higher up we go up the ladder, the higher up we go with the quality of players, the more I want to see one of these guys do that. I mean, 5 stars, it's not going to be surprising. Even 4 stars, it's not going to be the most surprising. But 3 stars, if a 3-star quarterback went out there, went all the way, won a Heisman, won a national title, I think that'd be pretty impressive. So I think this is, you know, kind of the cutoff of where, you know, they're low enough to where it would be pretty impressive if they did it, especially since, you know, some of these 3 stars might not be going to the biggest of schools, and some of them, even if they go to the biggest of schools, may not get the opportunity because those big schools are going to be out here recruiting 4- and 5-star prospects. So you can see the next group of 35 get scattered. There's a decent amount of gems, a couple of nice looking players, a couple of guys who, I mean, after the way this video has gone, who can run the football. I mean, we've gotten some nice scrambling production from these guys so far today. So I mean, more than ever, really, but let's see where these guys end up landing. And we got some decent schools here. I mean, Michigan State, we have, once again, Mississippi State. It's not hard to get the starting job there. Texas A&M, Wisconsin, we got Miami, I mean, Mississippi State again, USC. So some quarterbacks went to pretty decent schools, and Penn State, too. So there's opportunity, like I said. I mean, Oregon State became pretty nice, and they got one that went there. We got a couple of guys that didn't end up committing, but here are the kind of more notable guys, as we have Arkansas State with the quarterback who, despite being impact, not really a high ceiling. Fresno State, higher ceiling, a lot more room to grow, but still not crazy. How about this one, though? NC State, so a good team, star development, and 8 out of 10 accuracy, 7 out of 10 power. Some good ratings, maybe not like 90 plus overall good, but like high 80s potentially good. And NC State's a good team. How about Northern Illinois is getting a nice quarterback? We have San Diego State with a solid quarterback. 8 out of 10 accuracy impact, 7 out of 10 IQ. That one could be a good one. Could be an NFL caliber guy. Texas A&M. Would have liked to see him be a little bit better for being Texas A&M. Don't know if he'll ever get the chance to start. UNLV. He's got some room to grow. Not going to have a strong arm. So this batch, there's some potential, especially with maybe this guy as well. Harvey Burrow. I mean, star development. Always a chance when you got a star development. But the one to keep your eye on is definitely the NC State quarterback as we go on to these players' starting seasons, as Dylan Woodside is now starting at a 76 overall. So he didn't have to wait as long as I would have thought. He only had to wait till redshirt sophomore. So we have no freshman guys starting. Manuai is going to be an 80 overall at San Diego State starting. But I would have thought if also, this one's pretty good too. 83 overall, Enrique Batista, but I would have thought 76 overall for NC State would have taken him a little bit longer. NC State is in the playoffs, so hey, first year as a starting quarterback, 76 overall, he's in the playoffs. Mississippi State loving to start garbage quarterbacks before they're ready or before they even should be starting. San Diego State gets smacked around by James Madison, so we're not going to get to see him in action, but 1 touchdown, 1 pick, kind of a lackluster bowl game. 28-9 overall. Pretty solid. He's one of the better quarterbacks that we do have here. And UNLV, well, let's get a look at Batista as he is going to be up against Marshall, 21-21. Snowy game, and under 6 minutes to play. He's throwing it deep, and that's knocked away. 4th down, punt it over to Marshall, who has the football, throwing it middle. Caught in between 3 defenders, and a nice play there. 42-yard line. The handoff's going to be converted for the 1st down, and he goes down to the 36-yard line. 3rd down and 9. As he's looking, moving, nice pocket movement. He's going to run it. He's got room. 1 man to beat. He doesn't quite get there. Field goal range, though. Kick in the snow is good. So Marshall has the lead. Batista, though, got time. He's got plenty of time, as that's a broken tackle and a 1st down grab. He's got 2 picks on the day, so probably can't afford to throw another one here if they want to win this one, as there's 2 minutes to go, and they're close to midfield. He's going to get sacked, and the tackle just got bullied on that one. 3rd and 21. Now you're sending the blitz. Good time for the blitz. Incomplete. 4th and 21. Potential game on the line. More pressure coming in. Throwing it deep. That's broken up, and UNLV now turns it to the defense. 1 1st down will end it, and there it is. Marshall takes it home, and the hopes of this next batch could be resting on our NC State quarterback, because Batista, like I said, 2 interceptions. Not great. 33-7 overall, though. Pretty great for a quarterback in his first season. So NC State is winning here as another snowy game against Minnesota. And Minnesota, 2 top 10 teams. Number 8 versus number 9. Minnesota, a 9-win team to NC State's 10 wins. They lost their conference championship, which is why they're playing here at home, as they're going to be having it outside for a complete pass on the 1st down. Minnesota is getting sacked, and now backing them up. 2nd down, the read option, he gets just driven into the ground. 3rd and 21, and he's going down again. This D-line is just dominating on that set of plays, as now opportunity to put this one away. You can make sure they never touch this football again, as Woodside is going to have it on play action, and a 1st down, and a lot more. You're in field goal range, and a field goal probably will end this one, but you're going to be backed up. It's 51 yards. It's not an easy kick. It is no good. That would have ended it, and now you've given Minnesota the opportunity to win this one. A 2-score lead was not going to be able to be overcome unless they got an onside kick, and a lot to go their way, but now just needing the touchdown in good field position. They're at the 24 already. 40 seconds to go, as he's going to step up and run it. Again, another one where they just run it, and now it's going to be 4th and 3. He sets him up in a 4th and manageable for the game. End zone, he went for it all. It's incomplete. And NC State wins it. So your first year as the starter, you have a solid playoff game, you win a playoff game, and now you're taking on Virginia Tech. Number 1 Virginia Tech, the team that you lost to in the ACC title game, and now looking for a little bit of revenge. NC State, I'm pretty sure they only lost 3 games all year. 2 were, I think, to Virginia Tech. So, I mean, you got a lot of things to overcome here, because you haven't been able to beat them all year, but you got the lead, you got the field goal, and this time it is good. Not going to put it away, obviously. Plenty of time, and it's still a 1-score game. Virginia Tech on the run. Good gain there. He's up over 100 yards. Now a little play for the quarterback to get the first down. Under 4 to go. 37-yard line screen outside. There's the tight end, and the tight end's got it. Hey, he's only got 50 passing yards on the day. Well, NC State's defense, that's pretty good. Only allowing 50 yards through the air, but they're allowing them plenty of them at a time in this possession. And I think an NC State defender just pushed him into the end zone. Well, now NC State, you got 2.5 to go. Great play there, Woodside. What a pass, and now you're getting sacked here. He broke one, not two. And that's the third sack of the game, 3rd and 18. Pressure's coming in. He runs it. He's jetting. He's got the block. He's got the 4th and 1. Sweeping outside. He's got it in Woodside. What a run. 3rd and 18 turned into 4th and 1. And now he's got him into field goal range. They could be going to the semifinals right here. Just run this clock out. They're not going to be able to get it all the way down. It's going to be 50 seconds. Field goal. Good. Plenty of time still for Virginia Tech. We know how some of these games can go where one big play changes everything. But 40 seconds, no timeouts. Outside. Caught. He's going to get out of bounds with a first down. So that's 2 good plays right there for Virginia Tech. Middle. You got one big one. There you go. First down. Stops the clock a little bit. You're up to 22 seconds to play. And he's going to go out of bounds. Okay, 21 seconds. They're going to run the football. I guess they really trust their kicker from here. But he lost 2 yards. It's 54 for the win. And it is good. Man, 54 yards at the buzzer. And Virginia Tech comes out with the victory. Defense just allowed one too many big plays, and even when they stopped them for a 2-yard loss to back up that field goal a little bit, it was just too little too late. And Woodside, really nice first year, and what a playoff game. He was able to actually do something a little bit. It's not easy to go out there and win a playoff game in your first year, but he was able to do that, and he still got 2 more years to try to get a little further, get to that national title, especially when he's getting a little bit better like that. +6 overall, 82 overall. He still got some accuracy and some power to, max out, so he's not done yet. And I think we might have ourselves a little contender. Now, Tim Manawai, he's looking pretty decent as well. He's already maxed out his power, 1 left on accuracy, but he could hit mid-80s, and we'll see if he could take San Diego State anywhere. Some of these other quarterbacks, though, floating around high 70s, low 80s. Batista, 84 overall. Still got some power left in him. And then Harvey Burrow, unfortunately, him being a star development, he just didn't have a high ceiling, so he's probably going to maybe hit 80. NC State, first round bye for this one. So they made it past the first round last time. They didn't win the conference championship last year. They win it this year, so the first round bye. You see some of these other quarterbacks who didn't get involved in bowl action. Obviously, we save the playoffs for the main event usually. And then, NIU, 24 touchdowns, back-to-back years for that quarterback. Troy takes down Buffalo, so Larry Baggett gets a win, 300 yards, 1 touchdown through the air, and he has an overall pretty okay season. He's up to an 83, though, so pretty solid. Now let's get into UTSA. Harvey Burrow is going to be at quarterback now. Even though he is a star, it's unfortunate that he isn't going to be hitting the high highs, but still a star development quarterback. They're rare to come around with these 3 stars, as he's going to slide down for a nice run. 4 minutes to play in a tie game. He's going to go almost throw a pick 6 right there, and that's going to be a punt. And look at that tackle in the backfield. Great job. 3rd down and 13. Outside. He's hit. Knocked down. The punt will be back to UTSA. Burrow to throw it. And that's a wide open man. Can he get by him? He's got 1 man to beat. He's outrunning him. He is speeding. Wow. He actually outran him. And it looked like he was, little by little, was creating separation there. That is incredible speed. As 3rd down and 2, he's going to almost throw a pick. So Arkansas State, 2 minutes to play. 4th down and 2. Blown up in the backfield. UTSA can put it to bed with a first down here. Turning the corner. Gets a nice block from the guard. 3rd down and 1. Handing it off. And that will do it. So Harvey Burrow does his thing. Gets a bold victory. And that play to basically win the game on the touchdown was pretty impressive, as he had a nice game as well. 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. 30-8 on the season, almost 70% completion percentage. So a really nice year. Now let's get to UNLV, who Batista down by 8 in the LA Bowl, as they are going to be, despite being 11-2, down to a 7-5 Indiana team. And they do have the football, though, after a stop, and that's just a missed assignment right there. Running back was supposed to hit him, at least slow him down. He didn't even touch him, as now they have to run the football, get those yards back. 3rd down and 7. Screen set up, and there's not getting much blocking out there for him, and He's got to get the ball out maybe a little quicker, floated out there. But now Indiana probably can win this game with a field goal as they're in field goal range now. So it's not looking good for UNLV. Run play. You're just going to let them tick out more time. As if they get a first down here, you're going to have to start burning even more timeouts, burning more time off the clock. There's the timeout. Now third down. He's going to get to 4th and inches. They're going to kick the field goal, but that's going to be game as defense couldn't get off the field. And, you know, when they had the football that one time, they couldn't go do really anything with it. Batista, not a great game. Just 160 yards, 0 touchdowns. As now we jump over to Monowai at San Diego State. He's taken on 6-6 Louisiana and an 8-4 record for Monowai. 31 points on the board. He's had 3 touchdowns today, almost 300 yards. And with that play right there, he is over 300. Nice one. 3:30 to go, just about, as he's going to turn it upfield on the completion. 2nd down and 1 after the catch and run. Play action. Monowai outside, turning it up to now 1st and goal at the 4. Going for the lead. You have the time, but you want the lead, and he's got it. Touchdown. And now the Cajuns got to come out here and do something of their own as he's going to have it fighting, but going down at the 39. Now jump to the 46-yard line. High snap play action on the draw. He's going to go with a completed pass for the 1st down. 38-yard line. 3rd and 7. He's going to have pressure in his face, and everybody got off their blocks there. 4th and 17. Game on the line as it is short. I don't think he's going to be able to get there. You had one lineman running down to try to help him, but I mean, you weren't going to be able to block about 4 dudes swarming him. So, nice game. Monowai, 4 touchdowns through the air. And he's going to end with 39-8 on the season. What a step up. Look at that year-to-year comparison. Now NC State taking on Miami. And they are up in the playoffs on Miami by 10. But Miami's got the football, so they got it in enemy territory. Throw on the run. Nice one. Turning it upfield. And all of a sudden, he's just turned that play into a touchdown. And that did not look like that play should have scored, but he did it. And now NC State only with a 3-point lead. That ball needed a little bit more air under it. You're giving Miami good field position on the punt. You were just up by 10 not too long ago, and now Miami is already in field goal range to tie this one. It's only been like 2 or 3 minutes, I feel like. But Miami going for the lead. They got it down to the 13. Bubble screen, outside, got the edge, he's juking, he cuts it down to the 2-yard line at the 2-minute warning, and now, end zone, broken up, 2nd down and goal, 2-yard line handoff, he's got the lane, he's got the touchdown, and NC State, it's up to Woodside to make the game-winning drive as he's got it starting off right. Nice play, 18 yards, got it to the 37, 1st and 10, stepping up, he's hit as he's throwing, but he got the completion off. That's a nice one. Taking the shot, still completing it, 1.5 minutes now, you got plenty of time, but you throw an interception, and Miami, 1 first down is all they need. Juke move, he got out of bounds. That could help him a lot if you would have stopped them, but they don't. If you would have stopped them there, you saved yourself a timeout. They got out of bounds, but you just couldn't stop them on 3rd down. And Woodside, 1 pick, but that was the one that undid their whole season. And, I mean, picks are a problem for him. 17 in his first year. Cut that all the way down to 5. So, even though that wasn't, you know, something that was going to be an issue for him going into the game, it seemed like he cut it down from 17 to 4 going into it. Still threw 1 interception, and it was the costly one. And now they're down to their final chance, it looks like. And Woodside, well, he's up to an 87 overall. He's almost fully maxed out. Fully maxed out will probably be 88. And it's going to be up to him to see if he can avenge what he just couldn't do in that game against Miami. I mean, those are the plays, those are the drives, those are the moments. You got to go and have those game-winning plays, game-winning drives, game-winning moments. Couldn't do it, and that's why they're not going to be going to a national title. But he's got a chance this year. NC State's looking a little better. He got a lot better from year to year. And now, going into the final year, he is going to be watching as all these other quarterbacks aren't even making bowl games. You know, Shafino didn't make it. Lackey didn't make it. Arkansas State's guy didn't make it. Darren James didn't make it. That's 4 more guys not in bowl games. And then this guy who does make a bowl game at Louisville, I mean, it's a dominant victory. It's a 24-8 win. He only threw 48 completion percentage, but an overall 26-5 season. He does not complete a lot of percentage of his passes. And really, this batch, it's gonna be the quickest batch, it looks like, because a lot of players, I mean, it's really just all of our eggs are in the basket of Woodside. So I also am not going to disrespect that. You know, Burrow here, you know, they're taking on Miami. So if there's one positive here, we don't got to see Miami in the playoffs. Still, somehow, some way, we got to deal with Miami watching them because they're taking on UTSA. But my goodness, Miami has been just so, you know, in the way of all these three-star quarterbacks. They have been just bullying all these three-star quarterbacks in the playoffs, in these big games. And, you know, now they're going to go and bully UTSA's guy. But there's a flag down. I don't know what we got here. They're going to say pass interference. And that's a suspect call, and Miami's going to keep it. But Miami, down by 4, they get stopped. So, okay, UTSA, you're hanging in there on Miami. No way we're going to have Miami come out, beat all these teams in the playoffs, end their seasons, and then when we get to see them against UTSA, they're not going to be able to get the job done. I know it's a down year for Miami, 8-4, but it's not like you're taking on primetime competition. But maybe I'm down in Harvey Burrow a little too much. His UTSA boys almost made the playoffs this year, and they're getting sacks, they're getting pressure, quick pass. He's going to get all those yards back and a first down and more to the 40-yard line. Second down and 1. He's got it right up the seam, and he hangs on, but that's a fumble. I don't know about that one, but they are not going to review it. They didn't review it. They didn't look at it. And I guess the referees were having themselves a day today. I mean, a questionable pass interference and then a fumble that, I don't know if that really was a fumble, but hey, UTSA will take that. Miami deserved it probably because of all the stuff that they were doing to these other players in these videos. But now we got Batista coming off a pretty rough bowl game last year, has a chance to get a bowl victory this year to end his career. He is up by 3, and with the football in scoring position, chance to put this one away if they can get it in the end zone, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. Field goal at least, you got to preserve it. You can't get sacked here, and you do, and you punt it away. I mean, you were losing so many yards on those last 2 plays. You can't make yourself not even get a field goal try, as Iowa State going to get the first down. Under 3 to go, as he's going to throw it down the field. That's caught in there in the field goal range, as you know, it's up to UNLV to try to knock them out. That's not going to happen. They are firmly in field goal range now and looking for the win. 3rd and 1 underneath, caught. It is goal to go with the 3. Minute to play as he's going to throw on the run. That's going to be caught for the touchdown. It'll be UNLV's turn to try to do the same thing on their end if they could go and get themselves a potential game-winning touchdown. Timeout used after a big play. 30 seconds to go, and that's another one. You take those. This is probably going to burn another timeout. There you go. Under 30 seconds. Intercepted. He jumped in front of it, and he could go down and win it, but he is going to go down for the touchdown. And that's going to be Iowa State with the victory. Man, quarterbacks are having it rough on this batch. It has not been pleasant for some of these guys. As I think if you're comparing the batches, stacking them up against one another, this one might be the weakest one. As we got Marshall, San Diego State. We're down to Tim Manawai and just Woodside in the playoffs again, as Manawai could be losing this game, and that's a touchdown for Marshall, as they're down by 2 scores. Is everybody going to lose? Like, my goodness, man. As that's a truck. Oh, my goodness. He put him on his back. 3rd down and 10. Outside. That probably should have been a pick 6, too. All these quarterbacks are struggling, man. Middle. He's got an incomplete pass. It's 24-14. Well, make it a 3-score game. That is going to do it. Marshall, 17 points. Even though a garbage time touchdown made it a 10-point game. Man, these quarterbacks are stinking it up a little bit. I mean, 3 picks here from Hawaii. He only threw 2 in the regular season, threw 3 in his bowl game to lose it. He's an 86 overall, but hey, how about NC State? First round bye, and then a dominant win. I don't know how UMass got there, but hey, they put them right back where they probably should have been in the Independence and whatever other conference they may be joining. NC State is 14-0, and they're in the semifinals right now, so maybe all of the powers went to Woodside to try to put one of these 3 stars into a national title appearance. None of them have ever made it this far. No 1 stars, 2 stars, or 3 stars have gotten to this point yet, as it's going to be a sack. And now it's going to be NC State football as the sack party's on both sides. 2.5 to play. Play action! Everybody's getting sacked. 3rd and 20. as he gets rid of it. You didn't want to take a safety, but he gets a first down. Broken tackle. Look at that great play, as that play is going to be caught. And NC State looking for that game-winning field goal. You got another 2 plays to get there. There's 1. That's a first down. And now you're looking like you're in it. There you go. He's getting brought down all the way inside the 20-yard line. Handed off. Flag is down, and it is going to be a hold. So just don't mess this up, man. Don't mess it up. Do not mess this up. Don't take some crazy sack. Don't fumble the football. He's going to hold on. Get it down. 2 seconds on the clock, and he's going to kick it through the uprights. And now with just a Hail Mary to go, it's going to be Illinois. He is going to run it, and, well, he got as far as he could. Not too far, though. That is your game. And we have a national championship appearance for one of these quarterbacks. It took all 75 of the first ones to not get there. But how about NC State against Michigan State? 15-0 NC State, 12-3 Michigan State, and they are going to be down inside the 30-yard line, 3rd and 2, looking for the lead. He's got the play for the broken tackle, and he stepped out of bounds. 3rd and 5. He's going to go end zone, wide open, touchdown, and the 2-point conversion. It's going to be broken up, but NC State 3 minutes away, and they have the lead. How long can they keep it? Can they hold on? And if so, 2.5 to play. We got Michigan State with a very clean pocket, just a 3-man rush. He's chucking it deep. He's got 1-on-1. It's broken up, but there's a flag down, and that's pass interference. NC State, that's got to be a heartbreaker, as now Michigan State keeps things going, keeps things moving. They're in field goal range just about. It'd be 55 from here, but a lot closer if they would have had that one. 4th down and 10. They don't feel like they can make it from here. Going for it. It's incomplete. NC State, they could put the end to this one. They could do it. 1 first down's all you need. 2nd and 7. He can't get there. 3rd and 3. Right up the middle. He doesn't get it. Michigan State, 1 more chance. He's sacked, and they need to go 89 yards with no timeouts and a minute to play. He's in his own end zone. He throws it away. 4th and 23. Last chance. He's throwing it deep. He's got it, and it's on the run. You gotta catch him. It's gone. Touchdown. Michigan State just might have stabbed NC State in the heart. 2-point conversion's good, and now you need a touchdown to your own Woodside. That's a nice play to start things off. You need to go another 65 yards. He's got it, and he is gone. We're not done yet. Tie game. 37 seconds to go. Michigan State that's almost a safety. He's at the 2-yard line. They're going to take it to overtime. Smart move. You almost just lost the game on a safety, but now NC State in overtime. Handoff on 3rd and 13. They're going to take the field goal. All right, 3 points on the board. It is good. Michigan State can win it with a touchdown. NC State can win it with a stop, as they're going to go middle. That's incomplete. 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. Draw play. It is stopped. And now the field goal for a 2nd overtime. On the way. It is good. We're on to number 2. Michigan State. Little handoff. He's going to run up ahead for a gain of 9. 3rd down and 1. Drop back, short drop. Got the first down to the 5-yard line. And now goal to go. Little tight package. And he floats it for the touchdown. Now you need the 2-point conversion since we're in 2nd overtime. And he's got it. NC State, you need 8 points. What do you got for us? First down. Heading for the 10-yard line. He's got it. It's basically goal to go. As now 2nd and 10. He's sacked. He needs 17 yards to go. 2 plays to get it. He's sacked again. He needs 24 yards for the national championship. He's not gonna get there. And Michigan State is gonna hold on and win it. And that is brutal. That was a crazy one at the end. And it was not the fault of Dylan Woodside trying. He had a great game in the national title, and he just got better and better every single year. Not only that, he didn't even get drafted. All that, and he didn't even get drafted, man. But Tim Manawai got drafted. Come on, man. Imagine going to the playoffs 3 straight times, taking your team to the national championship, getting better and better, having great performances, and you don't get drafted. Well, then you watch this dude at San Diego State stink it up.
being 86 overall, the same overall as you, when they draft him, no, I'd be angry if I were Woodside. That's crazy. But we're on to the final batch now, and man, I don't know if we're going to be able to get back to the national title. These last 25 are going to have to, do a great job to get there, because even all the stuff that it took just to get there. I mean, it took a first round bye, admittedly favorable matchup against UMass. That's not going to happen a lot in the playoffs where you get to play UMass. And then you had to go and win, 2 other games to potentially win the national title. And the game's so close, not quite. But we've progressively seen one player do a little bit better and better. We had the first batch, which was, some playoff appearances. Second batch, we had the Utah guy. Went to, the semifinals, a couple playoff appearances. Third batch, NC State to the national title. Hey, if the trend continues, the fourth batch tells us that somebody might be winning a national championship, because we've just been ascending little by little. Even though the last batch was lacking depth, it had the peak, it had the highest, furthest going guys. So you get to see a lot of these players, see how good they are, as some of them a little interesting. Some guys, some gems, athletes, kind of checked off a couple of boxes at least. We've seen now national title appearance. We've seen first round pick. We've seen, very statistically proficient seasons. We've seen, not only that national title appearance, but I mean, he went 15-0 up until that point. So dominance, number 1 seed, top player, top team. Now can we maybe see Heisman? I would like to see at least somebody get in the running. I would like to see somebody win an award. Maybe, it doesn't even need to be maybe Heisman, but best QB, best, they got 37 different quarterback awards. You can win, the Golden Arm, the best QB award, and then the O'Brien award, is that still a thing? I don't even know. There's so many QB awards in this game relative to the other positions. Can we win one of those, maybe? We get to see the final crop of guys where they're going. Any interesting schools? We see LSU on the board. We see... All right, Auburn. We see BYU, Rutgers, Virginia Tech, Texas, Oregon State, Indiana, Wake Forest, Notre Dame. All right, that's a nice crop of schools there. We'll see which one of these guys ends up standing above the rest, though, as the best that we have to offer. Manuel Castillo, that's Arkansas, 8 out of 10 accuracy. Okay, we can work with that. Raphael Brown for Boise State. Not amazing, but impact devs. So all the guys I'm showing you, impact dev. The rest of the guys, not really anything special. Bobby Dukes, though. Here we go. This is a guy. Accuracy 8 out of 10. Elusiveness and power 9 out of 10. A lot of room to grow for IQ and stuff. And he's star development. So that could be the guy. He's at ECU, which is not ideal, but ECU could be good. They make playoff appearances. They have some nice teams. They're floating around low to mid 80 overall teams, and maybe if you get a 90 overall quarterback, you can push yourself over the top a little bit, and make some playoff runs. So Northern Illinois has kind of consistently had a guy or two in the video, but now look at that. Oregon State, they already had one good quarterback. Well, how about a guy with 9 out of 10 accuracy, 8 out of 10 IQ, 9 out of 10 speed? That is really good. That's one of the better skill ceilings that I've seen for one of these guys. And Oregon State already had one great quarterback. Can they get a second one on the board? And speaking of teams that already had a great quarterback, Wake Forest, Ty Octavian. Now, they're 1 for 1 right now. They had one quarterback that was good, and then they got a star development quarterback, I think, in batch 2 that wasn't good. So now we're getting to the point where some of these guys are starting. We have Bobby Duke starting. He is an 83 overall. These guys are redshirt sophomores. So, again, no true sophomore or redshirt freshman starters in this batch, but we're going to get 3 solid years from some of these guys. Even a guy like Ian Queen for Northern Illinois, 83 overall. We take that. Evan Miner for Duke, 11 touchdowns all season. Not too good. Brady Morton for Jacksonville State, okay. But now Northern Illinois has their guy, Ian Queen. He's up by 7. He's got a completed pass for the first down, so there is under 6 minutes to play in his bowl game. He is 9-3 on the season, taking on 6-6 out of Alabama. And wow, that play, he jumped way high, but it was way out of bounds. So South Alabama takes over, 4.5 to go, and they got the first down and getting sacked here. And now 2nd and 16 turns to 3rd and 16. Throwing, but he can't get it off. It's a sack, and now Northern Illinois can put this one away. They're not going to. They're going to take it down to the 2-minute warning, though, where South Alabama will have the football. Their timeouts, and they're not going to need it. It looks like he's going to call the way to the 20-yard line. He got chased down pretty easily, but South Alabama just took another play to get there, and that's a touchdown. So now Northern Illinois, you got a touchdown, a field goal, something in you. Well, you got a sack, so 3rd and 19. They're going to play a conservative. They're going to run the football, timeout used, so South Alabama can win it here. And it looks like they might just do it. I mean, maybe you want to let him score. They're going to get him down to the goal line. 3rd and goal from 3. And, well, you stopped them, but the issue is you don't have time. So South Alabama kicks a game-winning field goal. And Northern Illinois, I mean, you were up by 7, and all of a sudden, you look up again, you lost the game. Ian Queen, just 48 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Overall, though, really nice season out of him. So we'll move on to the next guy. It's going to be Dukes against Wake Forest. So they got a nice little matchup here. The Wake Forest's quarterback, Octavian, he's not starting quite yet, which it would have been cool if he was, but East Carolina 21, and Wake Forest sacking them. They're down, though, 16 points on their end as the screen outside. It's just 3rd down and long, so, you know, kind of one of those conceding the possession calls as they'll hand off as Wake Forest starts their drive with a 1st down run. 96 yards on the ground for their back, and that screen, that's an awful angle taken by the cornerback. And look at the broken tackle, and how did you turn that screen into a 1st down? That's impressive. 3rd down and 9. 3.5 to go, and he's got a strike on the run. There he goes. He got an angle. Can he get him? He's down to the 1. Okay, you caught him, but I don't know if that's really gonna do much. He got the touchdown anyway. So 2-point conversion, pop pass, cuts it up, and that was not a good decision. So, you know, maybe shouldn't have cut that one. Maybe try to go for the edge, go for the corner. But 1-point game, 2.5 to play roughly. Now closer to 2 minutes in the 2-minute warning. Dukes, he can run it a little bit. He's got the 1st down and slides for the 1st, and got 3rd down and 1 now the other way. He's got 1.5 to go, and he's got the 1st down. So they're just about in field goal range. Can't take any costly plays, any penalties, any sacks. It's a 50-yarder from here, 3rd down and 8. Quick pass, screen. They got a juke move outside, and he turns that screen into a 1st down. Who are these receivers on both sides taking these catch-and-run plays and turning nothing into something? Game-winning field goal. They were able, that screen was the key. He took it for the 1st down and allowed them to run the entire clock off, get the game-winning field goal. And Bobby Dukes with about 367 and 3 touchdowns through the air. 44 touchdowns on the season, 9 picks. And that's all we have for the redshirt sophomore side of things, which brings us to redshirt junior seasons. And Bobby Dukes up to an 87 overall. Ian Queen sticking at an 83. It looks like he's kind of hit his ceiling at this point. But John Fucha is what I'm going to go with here. About 85 overall, and a starting quarterback, Clay Lucian for Rutgers, 82 overall. And we'll also be having Ty Octavian start this year, 85 overall for him. So we got a couple of good guys. What, 85, 85, 87? That's 3 legit good quarterbacks who still could grow into like high 80s, low 90s next year. So we go to Oregon State. Speaking of that Oregon State quarterback, he's got the football and he's got the lead here. Looking for win number 9 on the season. Is 6 minutes to play. He's got a one to the tight end, and the tight end, he's got it to the 10-yard line. Basically goal to go as it is handoff. And he rolls off a defender for the touchdown, and it's 24-10. And things are looking good for Oregon State. If they can get another stop here, it's probably going to be game. Under 4 to play now, but UNLV not going away easy as they have it at the 45-yard line. And he's going to get pressured. That's a fumble, and he scoops up his own fumble, but it's 3rd and 29. And, well, you got time in the pocket. I don't know. Is anybody going to get open? Somebody's gotta, as he eventually got one. I mean, I feel like sending a 3-man rush like that is just dangerous as you get double teams on the outside. It's up to the 1 man in the middle to maybe generate some sort of rush. It doesn't happen. Now goal to go, and you have a stop there. 4th and goal. Game on the line here as they're going to throw. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. He hung on. What a play. And Oregon State not done yet with this one as they got a 3rd down and 3. Now they can go home. 1st down. And John Fucha gets the full game victory. And he had himself a pretty solid day, solid 1-touchdown game, and a season overall that was really good. 9.4 yards per attempt, almost 70 completion percentage, just 5 picks. And then Northern Illinois, they get a dominant victory. Ian Queen gets a bowl win with 5 touchdowns, 400 yards through the air. And what a performance from him. He takes a nice little step up from year to year, even though he didn't get a higher overall. Wake Forest now, they're taking on Utah. So Wake Forest, 10-2, but 19th in the country, so no playoff appearance for him, as that's an interception, and that's going to be 7-5 Utah looking to upset them. And this is a Wake Forest team that felt like they should have made the playoffs at 10-2, and they are going to be, in a fight against a unranked 7-win team because they are losing, and the enemy team has it in scoring position. Goal to go now, and it could be a 2-score game. Handoff outside. They got numbers, broken tackle, and he just did not do a good job reading out the blocks and cutting or doing anything that he needed to do. But what a throw right there at the sideline, and that's a touchdown. 28-16, and Ty Octavian has had a rough game, but he still has one more chance if he can get his team into the end zone, get it to a 1-score game, and do it fast, but it's an interception! And that is gonna wrap things up as Utah scored another touchdown. That's a really disappointing loss to have, so 0-3 in the air. Wow, that's a bad game, but he threw 3 picks in that game, had 4 all year, so I mean, I like some of these quarterbacks saving their worst for last as they get East Carolina. Speaking of teams that felt like they should have made the playoffs, how about number 12 East Carolina not making it as Virginia Tech at 7-5? What's with these teams? They feel like they should have made the playoffs at 10 wins, and you're struggling here against a 7-5 team as Virginia Tech ties it up with the field goal. Bobby Dukes has it as he's got the play action, and in the world, no one blocked for him. 3rd down and 19. He's at his own 1-yard line. A lot of time. You got 6 blocking 3 as you get an open man eventually. And whenever you got 6 blocking 3, it should be easy as there's a screen outside. And, probably should have ran to the outside. He ran to the inside. 4th down, you have to punt the football now. Virginia Tech as they go middle, caught, and a 1st down, 33-yard line. Closing in on that 2-minute warning as a 1st down run is going to get him past the 40. Here we are. 2-minute warning last play as they're going to go. Deep ball has a step. He's got it, and he's gone for the touchdown. Virginia Tech with the lead, and his quarterback's looking like they could be getting upset here as Bobby Dukes. He got 1:10 to go. What do you got for us? He's got the 1st down past midfield. Catch and run, gets out of bounds. He got 2 timeouts and now 60 seconds. 42-yard line. He's going to run, throw in it, and he's got the running back underneath, and he's got a nice play. 24-yard line, 30 seconds to go. He's going for the end zone! Intercepted! And Virginia Tech is going to win this one. And not only that, they're just going to take it off for some style points and a touchdown. And both 10-win teams had playoff hopes. East Carolina especially being number 12 in the nation. Both of them got maybe snubbed for the playoffs in their opinion, and both of them go and lose to 7-5 teams in their bowl game. Evan Miner, meanwhile, he lost his starting job. Sometimes that happens. Bobby Dukes, though, and maybe he's back with a vengeance. The final year of this video, 91 overall for Bobby Dukes. He could walk into the NFL right now as a potential 1st or 2nd round pick, but he is going to be here for 1 more year. He is not the only really good quarterback who is going to be here in college football. Ian Queen is back at an 83, fully maxed out, but he is not the guy we are talking about. We're talking about John Fuccio, who is an 88 overall, still has some accuracy. He could, level up to maybe being a 90 overall. And then we also have Ty Octavian, who is also an 88 overall. So we have 2 88s and in a 91, and how about all 3 of them making the playoffs? And not only that, how about an Oregon State versus Wake Forest 1st round game? So one of those 2 quarterbacks is going to get a playoff victory. Now the thing here is those 3 quarterbacks made the playoffs. Also, Ian Queen, even though he was the best quarterback on the team, I don't know what happened there. He just didn't play. He didn't start. I don't know what they did. He was the highest rated quarterback on the team, so I don't know what Northern Illinois is doing, but here we go, because we only have these 3 quarterbacks to look at, and they're all in the playoffs, and 2 are facing each other. Wake Forest, Oregon State, 7 versus 10. 10-win teams back at it, and now one of these teams, we have a better chance than ever of seeing somebody go to a national championship again with 3 people in the running, as that's going to be a play on the outside screen. He's got it on the run, and he's got room, and he's got it to midfield. So Fucha has it midfield, down by 4, throwing it middle, caught, and that's going to be brought down at the 37-yard line. He's had a solid day, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, handoff sweeping to the outside, flag is down. And this one is coming back, and that is a brutal flag, as it's going to wipe off a really good run and back him up 3rd down and 24 as Fucha's going to run it. He's looking. He's got nowhere to go. He throws it away, and that holding really cost them. And speaking of costing them, how about a 13-yard punt? That might be worse. I mean, what the heck, man? 13-yard punt? The screen outside for Wake Forest. They got the first down. And now they can go up by 7 because they were gifted great field position. Sack is going to at least save them. Fucha has it back. Oregon State down by 4 still with 4 minutes to play. Now down to 3.5. He's going to throw outside. Got the completion and a first down. At the 48-yard line, you're 52 yards away from that touchdown, and he's got a big one. There you go, middle of the field, 30-yard line, 3rd and 7. He's got an open man, and he's got the score. 2 minutes to play, and Wake Forest now down to 130 as they got the first on 3rd and 1. Time is running out, and Wake Forest trying to get that game-tying field goal at the very least. 60 seconds. He's got a big one on the outside. 43-yard line. Now drop in to throw it. He's going to get pressured. He's getting sacked. And that is the 4th of the game for the Oregon State defense. Make it 5. 4th and 26. And he's going to throw it. Dave caught, turning it upfield. He's gone. Touchdown. Wake Forest pulls it out of nowhere. And Oregon State, you need to set up for maybe Hail Mary. Good play there. Timeout used. You got 2 to go. You can afford to go to the middle of the field. You can't take a sack, and you do. And now 3rd and 16. Last chance. Throwing it deep. And it is a flag. There's a flag, and this one is not over yet. Pass interference, and Oregon State's going to get 1 Hail Mary from the 48. He's going to have the arm. He has the time. Up in the air for the win. It is intercepted. And Oregon State, that is brutal. You had them, what was it, 4th and 26, and you let it slip away. Wake Forest moves on. John Fucha had a good game. Both quarterbacks over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Both of them had a good performance. But, man, 33 touchdowns, 4 picks, 72% completion percentage. How about another 12 touchdowns on the ground? I don't even show rushing, but 12 touchdowns on the ground is crazy. Now let's stick with Wake Forest because, hey, they got the hot streak right now. They got that first-round victory, and they're taking on Nebraska. And how about number 2 Nebraska down by 14 to Wake Forest? Can Wake Forest go from 10 seed to national championship? Nebraska may be down by 14, but they are driving. 3rd and 1 from the 11. Underneath, he's got it. 1st and goal, 2 yards to go to make this a 1-score game. Handoff, he's got it. Touchdown Nebraska, so it's a 7-point game with under 7 minutes to play. Throw it outside. There's the catch. He's got it for the first down, and Ty Octavia moving his team to the 30-yard line. How about another first down to the tight end, and he's going to get brought down at the 43. Now 5.5 to go. Octavian's going down. He's thrown to the ground. That's the first sack for Nebraska's defense, but that's the key one that they needed to get the stop. They have the football back now. 7-point deficit. 4 minutes to play, and that's going down. 3rd and 17, and a blitz gets him. Sacked by Wake Forest. Now the handoff as Wake Forest with the football back, trying to put the dagger in this one. Under 2 minutes to play. Now 3rd and 8. He's getting stopped. Field goal for the win, basically. And it is no good. You could have had the 10-point lead and put it away. Now Nebraska has good field position and can tie it up. 44-yard line. Make it to 38 at 3rd and 4. He's got a wide open tight end for the first down. And now, 1st and 10, 32-yard line turns to 2nd and 10. Deep, he's got it! Touchdown! Nebraska ties it! And they're not going to go for 2. They do go for the extra point. And now deep ball for Wake Forest. Up in the air, 101! He's got it! What a grab! He's going to get it! Field goal! Good! And how about that? You give him one chance, and you throw a deep ball one-on-one in Octavian. That was a good arm, but the throw was good. The catch was even better. And Wake Forest is moving on to the semifinals. And now East Carolina, it's their turn to see Bobby Dukes on the field. They're taking on, speaking of the Dukes, they're taking on James Madison. JMU down by 1, and with the big plays, Carolina in field goal range, got it to another first down. How about 3rd and 2 from the 5, outside, goal to go, and a chance to get the 8-point lead. Toss it out to the back. He's gonna get a broken tackle, but not 2. It's 3rd and goal as Dukes throwing. He's got an open man, but it's not gonna happen. He had it open in the back of the end zone. Instead, they're going to settle for the field goal. The difference between a 4-point lead and an 8-point lead is massive. And James Madison wastes no time coming out and trying to capitalize on that, because a touchdown would give them the lead. And it took them 2 plays to get down there to the 10-yard line. A better throw puts that in the end zone. But still, they have their chance. And that was a good throw. Touchdown. East Carolina now needs to score, as a field goal will tie. Touchdown could win it. Screen outside. That's going to be a first down on 2nd and inches. Now dropping it to a 3rd down and 7. Middle. It's dropped. He dropped the football. 4th and 7. He's sacked. And what is going on for East Carolina? Missed opportunities. And now James Madison rushing. Touchdown. And are they going to pull this one off? What is going on with East Carolina right now? As that's going to be caught. But now you need a miracle if you want to win this game. Timeout use. They're using the timeouts now. They're banking on that onside kick. As that's a tip ball. And he gets leveled. Oh, man. 4th and 10. Deep ball. Tipped. Incomplete. And James Madison is going to shut the door on this one with another big run. 52-yard touchdown. And that is absolutely brutal. You were winning this game, and it all went wrong, it felt like, when you had a touchdown wide open in the back of the end zone. And you just didn't hit it. You allow them to get the opportunity to take the lead with a touchdown. They do it. And now we're down to 1 team left, and it's Wake Forest taking on Clemson. Clemson is down by 2. This is another situation. Wake Forest, they did not win the ACC championship. They lost it to Clemson. But Clemson is the one who has been beaten up on Wake Forest all year. 2 of their losses again. Wake Forest lost 2 games out of their 3 were to Clemson, and a fumble, and everything's going wrong for Wake Forest now. They were just winning by 2. Now Clemson could take a 2-score lead. Fumble, but he picks it back up. 3rd and goal as Clemson underneath. Touchdown. Man, they were just winning by 2. Now they're losing by 12. What is going on here? Sack. 4th and 18 with 5 to go. And is the game on the line here as he throws it middle? There you go. We're not done yet. Okay, Wake Forest. Come on. Step away from a national championship appearance. He's got nowhere to go. He's sacked. 3rd and 16. Now dropping to throw. 4 minutes to play. He's looking, throwing. He's got an incomplete pass. 4th and 16. Now maybe game on the line here. Throwing it deep. Intercepted. And Clemson, other way, is going to get brought down. And with under 4 minutes to go, they drive it down the field. And a run. And a touchdown. And man, we hopped in. It was 14-12. Just like that, it goes to 33-14. And Clemson wins and puts an end to everybody else this season. So we are now all wrapped up with this. We take a peek at where these players were drafted. Ty Octavian, he went in the 5th round. Fucha goes in the 4th round, and Bobby Dukes goes in the 1st round. So a little updated, revised stats and statistics for you. We get into it. Scouting and Dev. I hope you guys like the new graphics that I put together. So Scouting and Dev, 23 were gems, 17 were bust, and a interesting split here. 53 of the 100 were normal, so most of them were normal, but it's a little bit more balanced this time. It's a rough 50-50 split of if you'll get a normal or not. 37 were impact, 9 were star, and 1 was elite. So 10% of the time, you're getting a star or elite quarterback, which is not bad at all. And it honestly, for those of you who watch San Jose State, makes what I was able to do with Brett Scacia all the more impressive. 1% of the time you get an elite quarterback as a 3-star, and the first quarterback I snag in San Jose State was an elite. So I'm just going to say, hey, that's pretty good. Brett Scacia, go take a peek at San Jose State Dynasty, because Season 3 will be coming out soon, and he'll be the starter. Then we get into the development path, where we can see that through years 1 through 5, the average quarterback was about a 67 overall coming in, and they jumped about 4, and then another about 4, then 2, then 2. By year's end or career's end, they are roughly 79 to 80 overall, and you see the highs and lows below that, 62 being the lowest, 73 being the highest, and 63. Like I said, there were some quarterbacks who throughout their entire careers, they were struggling to even hit 70 overall even still. So there were some struggles, there were some rough quarterbacks, but I mean, we've seen some good ones. Biggest career jump being a plus 24, smallest career jump being just a plus 4, but the biggest single year jump being a plus 12, which is really impressive. On to the always fun overall ladder. So 79 being the average, is I like to usually start with the average. 47 people hit the average of about a 79 overall. Then, quickly does drop off once you get a little bit higher. I mean, 38 to 80, 25, 81, 21, 82. So whatever you deem to be a quality starter. Some people will say, hey, low 80s, with some coach boost, we can be mid to high 80s. I can take that. Some people will be like, well, if you're not a mid to high 80s quarterback, I don't want you. So whatever you deem to be a quality quarterback, this is kind of going to be what number you're looking for. For me, if you're like a mid 80s, I'm chilling with you. I think mid 80s, coach boost, you can be high 80s, maybe even low 90s, depending on some of the boosts. But, to get there, about 10 to 15% of them will get there. And for draftable quarterbacks, you see quarterbacks about 86 overall is kind of the cutoff in which you see quarterbacks get drafted. About 9 of them will hit an 86 overall to be draftable, 7, 87, and once you get to 88 overall, you're basically kind of guaranteed to be an NFL quarterback, unless you got some crazy, year in college football, and 5 of them hit that point. And that's really impressive. I mean, 88 overall is like upper echelon type of quarterback, and 5% of them will get there. Then we get to the milestones of what these quarterbacks were able to achieve. 41 of them ended up starting at least one season. 30 got multiple years as a starter, and even 16 got to be a starter for 3 years. 18 won a bowl game. 7 of them made a playoff appearance. 19 of them had a career-winning record. And, when I say career-winning record, you had to have started more than just a season's worth of games. If you went 7-5 one year, I didn't really count that. But, 19 of them had a career-winning record. 10 of them had over 10,000 career yards. 7 of them had over 100 career touchdowns. And we sent 8 players to the NFL, which is pretty cool. 8 out of 100 3-star quarterbacks will be an NFL player. And you can even argue Woodside for NC State should have been in the NFL. So, I wouldn't mind saying 9, but, roughly close to 10%. And then we can wrap things up with the best of the best, and you can even argue with Thomas at the Oregon State, the other Oregon State quarterback. He should have been here, but I put all the quarterbacks who made playoff appearances and were notable. So Austin Scruggs at Wake Forest, we had 2 Wake Forest quarterbacks, him and Ty Octavian. Both of them made the playoffs, both of them pretty nice, 88 overall, 27 wins for him, 22 wins. So Wake Forest did a really good job in this video. Wake Forest and Oregon State were kind of the 2 standout teams. So speaking of Oregon State, John Fucha was the more successful of the 2 Oregon State quarterbacks, so I kind of put him here because he at least made the playoffs, 19-7 win-loss record. And even still, I mean, a career 70% completion percentage, 9.6 yards per attempt, 17 rushing touchdowns. In 2 years, he was really good. And then you get the 2 most successful quarterbacks. Dylan Woodside made a national championship. He probably should have gotten drafted, but an overall 37-8 win-loss record with 3 playoff victories, 11,000 yards, about 120-ish career touchdowns, solid completion percentage, solid yards per attempt. And then you get Lawrence Fadafehi, again, Hope I'm saying that right. But he was the most statistically prolific, most starts under his belt with the success. 42-16 record, 3 playoff victories, 15,000 yards, 155 touchdowns. Lower on the completion percentage side of things, 61%, but still an amazing career. And you guys can let me know, who was your favorite quarterback in this video? Who do you think was the best? Who do you think is somebody that you'd want on your team maybe? Let me know what you also all thought of the way this video went, the length of the video, the new graphics, the new stuff that I was able to do, the longer video, everything about this, all the feedback is very much wanted to see what you guys gauge what you want to see. Do you like the hour videos? Do you want 2 hours? Do you want more? Do you want less? Do you like the whatever stuff? I have the ability to do more, so I want to know what more you guys want to see. And like I said, I apologize for it taking a little bit longer, but as you can see by the length of the video and all this stuff, a little bit longer of a video takes a little bit more time to make. So hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next one.